It was a successful outing for Nigeria as the just concluded Tokyo International Conference on African Development TICAD held in Yokohama, Japan. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu led the Nigerian delegation to the roundtable. Now, to tell us more on the benefits of the engagements to the nation's development are two guests joining us via Zoom. We have a development economist, Professor Ken Ife, joining us from London, United Kingdom. And we also have the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Foreign Affairs, Ademola Oshodi, who is joining us from Los Angeles. Now, thank you for joining us on the news. I'm going to start off with Mr. Oshodi. We want you to tell us the specific opportunities and partnerships that President Tinubu secured for Nigeria during the TICAD conference in Japan and how these align with the country's development goals.
Thank you. It's quite straightforward. Nigeria went there with the agenda to seek a closer partnership with the Japanese, the third largest economy in the world. And we relatively achieved that in areas of power, energy, and also industrialization and connectivity. That's with obviously the e-commerce and communication on the web and business through the internet communication. So it's been a wide range of things that we sought after, and relatively achieved all that. Japan promised a 5.5 billion assistance to Africa, a lot of it coming through their TICAD, the Japanese International Cooperation Agency. So we have a collaboration whereby the Japanese also invested in areas for green energy, especially that 5.5 billion has a lot of its incorporation of green energy emission and ensuring that, I will believe it upsets Japanese industrialization by investing in green energy in Africa, which is quite low in industrial matters. The other big part, of course, was this diaspora engagement. The president meeting the Nigerian population there, at least a representative of them, a wide representative, and ensuring that the government is it's showing them that its agenda is for Nigeria, and their partnership is extremely important. But I think the caveat is also the fact that the Japanese government now brought up this residence work permit thing for Nigerians at a certain location in their country, encouraging skilled workers, artisans to come and work and live in Japan. Japan is losing its population rapidly. I think last year they lost a net 900,000 people. So they're really losing people. So having a young, skilled force from Nigeria would help, put things in balance for them. But it's a bit notable though, was the Nigerian president encouraging the diaspora population to return back home to contribute, and the same breath, the Japanese government inviting Nigerians to come and work and live in Japan. So that's something we should note.
All right, Mr. Oshodi, let me now go to Professor Ife to hear his own views. Prof, you've heard the various opportunities and partnerships that the Nigerian government was able to secure during the TICAD 9 conference in Japan. We want you to give us your own perspective on these opportunities that are now available for Nigerians.
I like very much about the president's visit is where you actually started, talking to the Nigerian diaspora. So the charge is not, we're not asking them to come home. We want investments to flow into Nigeria. If Japan has given us a twinning opportunity, which is what has driven integration in Europe, then we should reciprocate. And it's not giving us a slump. It's not going to be somewhere you are going to create a Nigerian slump. It has to be a high-tech city, It has to be the Alaba market of this world. It has to be a Silicon Valley of this world, where we can see vibrancy in Nigerian entrepreneurship, fully connecting with counterparts in Nigeria. So that's where it becomes great, because normally Japan doesn't talk about FDI. They just tell you, they bring their money, they call it development, but it's still a soft loan, which you have to repay. So we have to use the opportunity that they create. It's like when Obasanjo came in his second term, he was going around and saying, I want you home. And I asked him in London, bringing us home, for what? He said, oh, no, stay there, but bring your investment. So Nigeria is in dire need of investment.
All
and
right,
then
Professor,
you see there are some connections.
Prof.
There's a 20,000
All right.
train.
Prof, can you hear me? Prof, can you hear me? All right, I want us to move on. You've talked about the contributions that the diaspora Nigerians can also make to the economy. Of what impact is that going to be, especially to our young unemployed Nigerians back home that need so much skill, that need so much exposure from their counterparts, that is, their citizens that are in other countries?
Yeah, what I was driving to that, because we now have our own program of training 3 million IT, and then they are bringing 30,000 IT across Africa, Japan, to train on AI. So there's a connection there. You know, it's like India connecting with US through the Silicon Valley. And when you ask Modi who runs the world, he tells you that, I don't know, but the 100 biggest companies in the world are run by Indians. Look at it. Just go and look at Oracle, Apple, all of them. The former managing director is Indian. This one is Indian. They want to take over are Indians. It wasn't. It was by design. So Nigeria has an opportunity now, momentous opportunity, and the trade war is also turning Japan to look more and talk about industrialization in the agenda, not just. It's a momentous opportunity, and I'm glad the president is addressing it with the right cohort. It is our people there that can bring partners, Japanese partners, to come and invest in Nigeria. It is our people there that will provide that link. Ghana is using their own people in export of yam, export of products, and link. So we will use our own strategically. That's what I pick, that is so beneficial in the president's approach.
All right. So, Mr. Oshodi, now on a final note, what steps will the Nigerian government take to follow up on the commitments and partnerships established during the TICAD conference, and how will the country measure the success of these initiatives going forward?
Our delegation had a lot of its cabinet members there. There was the Minister of Trade and Industry, there was the Minister of Power, there was also a tribute from the private sector, and quite a few others. So it's that bilateral, that side meetings that would be very key. The president opens up and brings everybody along, and they meet their Japanese counterparts, and also meet other African partners there also. But the key here is to ensure that the president's agenda, his domestic agenda, fits in with this, and it does. This is bringing in investments. The Nigerian diaspora brings in over $20 billion every year into the Nigerian economy through so many areas of construction, education, in banking, farming. So it's to ensure that collaboration and the seamless relationship with the Nigerian government and the diaspora continues. But the main important aspect of this is to ensure we have strong partnership with big industrial countries like Japan, ensuring that our agenda fits in with theirs. They want to bring in Nigeria for skills, and they want to support Africa because of their own greenhouse and their own issues of diversity. Nigeria also needs that technological advancement and the partnership.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your perspectives, Mr. Oshodi. We honestly do not have enough time. We would have loved to go on this conversation because of its importance to driving economic growth in Nigeria and also in Japan. We thank you for your comments. We also thank you, Professor Ife, for your contributions to the conversation.